Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the round 4 edition of the Football Town Show. And FC Carlton have a tough task against Brimbank FC as the return of Adam Alicevic, the star striker for Brimbank, will come back to haunt his State League rivals. In the next clash, Fitzroy manager will be pretty confident of claiming all 3 points against Mickleham as Fernando De Moraes returns to the lineup. And then Ashburton's talismanic keeper, Lorenzo De Paris, will have to be at his brilliant best to deny Hume the 3 points in a rematch of the FOS Cup final. Then, what a treat for you, ladies and gentlemen. For match of the round, we have the El Clasico, Pascoe Vale versus Vic Vipers. Don't miss that one. Then Greg Lascars returns to the V-League for Essendon in goals as he faces old foe, Metropolitan's Alexander Stevanovic. And then the last clash of the night, Moreland take on CF Brunswick. Cameron Holmes looking to get his first goal for his new club. But before we move on, ladies and gents, let's take a look at last week's results. Ashburton defeated Carlton, who had their former player Lucas Krul involved. Vic Vipers were too good for Brimbank as was expected, while there were also wins for Pascoe Vale, Hume and Fitzroy overcame Essendon. The first game on the card for round 4 was FC Carlton and Brimbank FC. Both sides would fancy their chances in taking all 3 points, as both came from the State League last season, and it was Carlton who got off to the better start. Charbon Rajab should have made it 1-0 from close range. After losing the ball uncharacteristically in the back, Lucas Krul was at fault for Brimbank scoring their first goal. Captain Mark Borchett with the cool, calm, collected nature right in front of goal. Moments later, Brimbank doubled their lead as Eric Hamray was left with too much room to shoot, and the keeper was out of the wall in the free kick. Carlton needed a goal and they needed it fast, but Eric Hamray had enough to say about that, testing keeper Foddy to his right. And Brimbank sent wave after wave of attack, Adam Alicevic eventually breaking through for the 3-0. The talismanic striker is the key to Brimbank, and he showed exactly why with that beautiful finish. Lucas Krul came closest to pulling one back just before half-time, but 3-0 is the way the scores would stay. Adam Alicevic turned his defender like cake, and he soon had a double. Brimbank looking very solid for the 3 points. With minutes remaining, Lucas Krul and Charbon Rajab linked up really nicely with some 1-2 play. Stephen Gustus unable to finish him inside the D. Carlton were having a better showing in the second half. Krul was trying his best to set up his teammates, but the finishing was just not there. So the Brazilian decided to take matters into his own hands, and he made no mistake from the spot. The score was now 4-1. Carlton had somewhat of a chance of making a comeback, but they had to take their opportunities as they came. And when Saf Ben-Him turned in Lucas Krul's deflected shot, it was soon game on. 4-2 was now the score. But once Brimbank sensed that Carlton were coming, they put the pressure back on, and Eric Hamray's delightful finish ensured that Brimbank got their first win of the season.
Definitely happy. Should have kept a clean sheet, but a couple of chances went second opportunities to them. They knocked it in, but I thought we played well. We defended well in the first half, didn't concede. You can't ask more than that. If you don't succeed in the first half, there's a very good chance you'll win the game.
All eyes were on Fernando De Moraes as Fitzroy in the next game, as the Brazilian influenced his youngsters to their first win of the season against Essendon last week. And there were many Fitzroy supporters out there who believed that the youngsters could take their second win of the season, and they got off to the dream start. Fernando De Moraes unsurprisingly leading the way at 1-0. Moments later, De Moraes was at it yet again, but keeper Jimmy Brennan in his first game back stood strong. Alistair Dunlop, the captain of the Fitzroy side, missed an easy chance right in front of goal, but lucky Joe Montaglione was on hand to finish off. The score was soon 2-0, and after being awarded a 6th foul penalty, Montaglione couldn't get past Jimmy Brennan, who made himself too big. It was soon to get a lot worse for the Mickleham lads, as Ben Montaglione scored one of the goals of the week, chipping Jimmy Brennan, who's not a small lad, from close range. Mickleham would soon pull one back through captain and leader Vlado Zoric, a delightful free kick scored there by the veteran. Fernando De Moraes, who's normally solid from the spot, was denied by Brennan but put away the follow-up to make it 4-1 with only a matter of minutes remaining. But as we could all figure, there was going to be more magic from De Moraes. A delightful chip found Alistair Dunlop, who fed Timmy Dunn back to Dunlop, and the captain made it 5-1 at half-time. Fitzroy looked really comfortable to take the win and climbed further up the ladder with the resurgence of De Moraes playing with a newfound confidence. De Moraes was showing off as he nutmegged Iggy Filipovic, which should have in turn led to Joe Montaglione's second of the game. But Joe's miss would have no influence on the result of the game. Angelo Fusca adding the cherry on the cake and capping off Fitzroy's second win of the season.
Well, he teaches the boys the to be a bit slower, calm down, be a bit composed, keep their shape, all the things that they forget in the helter-skelter of the V-League. So that's the main help that he's done. Apart from his own individual ability with the ball, just the presence on the field gives them a sense of confidence, which is, that's priceless, that.
Cooper just deftly chips the goalkeeper. Adam Cooper with a lovely finish to put the Vic Vipers 3-0 in the lead. Oh, it's a good save by Blaine. Sonacool, what a finish! That's a lovely run and finish from Sonacool. He's put a 2-goal buffer. 1 minute left on the clock. Oh, it's a big save from Goran and it's a double save.
And Eric Amre so focused through all of them. Their firepower really coming off.
Hi, I'm Nat. You're watching the Football Town Show. Go Futsal!
Ladies and gentlemen, it does not get any bigger than this for the match of the round. The Vic Vipers taking on Pascoe Vale FC. The El Clasico, as it's known, does not disappoint. It's always going to be a close game, low goals, high intensity. I can't wait to see the result. Pascoe Vale, who was sitting on top on 9 points, a win clear of the Vic Vipers in 4th position. They have a young squad, but they are boosted by the returns of Maxi Avram and Ricardo Castro. Pascoe Vale, on the other hand, will have to introduce JJ, Ben Bodo and Rodrigo to their first El Clasicos. Let's see how they hold up with our commentator Josh Ring.
Johnny Barron's off the take. Straight off Sufi. Pilati. De Silva. Takes a touch off the hand of Apostolakis. Maxi Avram. Still in. Caro cops one. Clears the ball and then collects a little bit of Kumu afterwards. It's fine tackles. Cooper hits one. Not too far away from that bottom corner. JJ. Evangelista. Chip ball. De Silva. Lays it back. JJ. Can't finish it off. Good play from Pascoe Vale. Septran comes on now. Ben Bodo's come on. Very makeshift Pascoe Vale squad. 3 new players they've got in this season. JJ on the turn. Not too far away. Bodo, JJ and Evangelista, all new to the Pascoe Vale side this season. Kuimu plays Cooper. Takes a touch. It's out for a corner. Cooper. Tran. Cooper. Ricky Castro lays off Adam Cooper. And he's hit the post. Side ball for Pascoe Vale. Brennan Pilati brings it in. Andre Caro. Pascoe Vale just holding on to the ball. Caro. And put out now. Barragos on the counter-attack. Good tackle from Caro. And it's a timeout from the Vic Vipers. 2 minutes left on the clock. Adam Cooper. Now, Kuimu on the field. Kuimu does well to fake out Simsek, but Simsek recovers in time. Kuimu. Avram! Maxi Avram! The dangerous left foot of Maxi Avram. Always have to know the ball is going to Avram down that line. That left foot could curve anything. Sufi. Good save from Apostolakis. Comes out well. Ben Bodo. Plays to Joao de Silva. What can he do? Caro. Down the line. Avram does well. Maxi Avram on the turn. Counter-attack. Maxi Avram. Back post. And Johnny Barrientos has put it in. Maxi Avram takes down the line. Johnny Barrientos finishes. cross goes straight off. Well done from their captain there. Caro now on the ball. Andre Caro. Bembodo. De Silva. Good tackle from Cooper. Adam Cooper. Cooper! It's saved by Bicester. Chem Bicester coming out with a big save, one-on-one against Adam Cooper. Cooper calls on for Maxi's ball. Simsek, Ernie Simsek, Apostolakis makes up for it. Polati. Across to Sufi. Sufi, ball inside. De Silva. Sufi turns. He's given the penalty. Take the penalty. Sufyan Sufi buries it. Pascoval get one back. 5.5 minutes. Johnny Barrientos chips it up. And a foul is given. Sufyan Sufi up against Apostolakis. Sufi versus Apostolakis. Sufi. Sufyan Sufi scores! Johnny Barrientos. Avram. Johnny Barrientos. Clears it. Smart play. Last play of the game. Joao De Silva. Chips it long. Apostolakis comes out. And that's full time. 2-2 the scores in the Classico. What a game. It was a great game. Pascoval just coming in at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately well, I don't know what we did wrong, man. We had a really, really good game defensively and on the counter-attack. Credit to the Baskerville boys. They always are very hard to play against. They always leave you to have to play against them on the counter. Hope for a little mistake somewhere, but yeah, they make really rare mistakes. And look, today we took a nice 2-0 lead and we held it pretty much for 3/4 of the game, coming up to the last maybe 15 minutes or so of the second half, where I guess, yeah, it sort of in a way fell apart, where we started giving away some stupid fouls, and the Packervale boys, they capitalised on it and got a sixth foul penalty from the 10-yard. Took it, scored it, levelled it at 2-2, and yeah, and we'll be very upset with ourselves that we've let this game slip.
What a cracker of a goal. Reads the play, keeps the ball in down the line, cuts inside, beats the player. Simsek, Ockel with a big save.
Player Sonny Valero completes his hat-trick. What a debut it's been. That's game over.
Dahani, lovely finish. Sam Dahani cracks one back for Moreland.
Great save by Lorenzo De Moraes again. That's a fine bit of play.
Hi, I'm Alicia. You're watching the Football Town Show. Go Futsal!
Welcome back to the Round 4 Football Town Show, ladies and gents, where we wrap up the final 3 games of the night. And the next game on the card was a replay of the 2012-13 FOS Cup between Ashburton and Hume. It was going to be an absolute blockbuster. Both two teams were fighting for the title this season, and it was the Italian magician Roberto Armelini who scored from the corner. Hume tried desperately to bounce back with a quick reply. Chris Young hitting the outside of the post there. Ashburton, though, were on the attack yet again. Lorenzo De Paris testing keeper Ferdy Goran from long range, but the Hume keeper had very safe hands. Armelini should have made it 2-0 after Goran was caught unaware and exposed by his defenders. And it was exposing that lack of defence that Ashburton were doing so well, and Matteo Rocca punished them, and it was soon 2-0. But after coming on as a sub, Shayan Rashidi's free kick took a slight deflection off Mo El Gharabi, but the goal was credited to the giant Hume striker. And after the exact kickoff, Rashidi had Sachin Sisek open to his right, but he failed to notice his strike partner, and the score remained 2-1 at half-time. Mateo Rocca was famously denied by Carlos Manuz, who put his body on the line. Hume had forced Ashburton to play the fifth man quite early on in the second half. The defence was a lot stronger. Armelini being denied by Manuz yet again. And it was soon becoming quite clear that Manuz was keeping his team in the game. A goal-bound strike by Mateo Rocca, saved by the South American's fingertips. It was becoming quite an epic battle between Armelini and Manuz, but Manuz was staying on top of the Italian on this occasion. There was no stopping a deflected shot from Lorenzo De Paris. When Ashburton counts on goals, they can almost always rely on their influential keeper. Hume always loved being the underdogs, and that's when they thrive. Moe Tankia is one of the most determined defenders out there, and he led the way for his team, wearing that captain's armband, making the score 3-2. Michel Giotta's back pass was intercepted by Rezikul Kuluglu, and he soon levelled the scores. With only minutes remaining, they needed something special, and Giotta made up for his error, the little Italian's toe poker providing the difference in an epic 4-3 win.
We got 2 silly goals because of me, but I mean, in the end, I scored the last one. We won thanks to that goal. But anyway, it's not me; it's the team always. And thanks to my colleagues, they professional. So thanks to them.
The next game on the card saw Metropolitan FC go head-to-head with old rivals FC Essendon. But although there are different squads, there's been a lot of history between these two sides, and both equally as talented. And it was Tomo Grigic, the giant defender for Metropolitan, who got them off to a 1-0 lead. And a bobbled strike from Alija Redzepovic made sure that they were well in control early on at 2-0. Yusuf Adic, who hadn't played for a while, set up Dino Redzepovic for Metropolitan's third, and Essendon was soon shell-shocked, and it looked like there was going to be no way back for the Reds. And it soon went from bad to worse as Alexander Stevanovic was left unmarked close to the goal mouth, and he shot through Greg Lascaris' legs for 4-0. Essendon were really on the back foot and struggling in every facet of the game, and it just seemed everything was going to go Metropolitan's way. Alija Redzepovic's determination paid off as his strike rebounded off the post for 5-0. Essendon didn't register a shot on goal for almost the whole half, and they had to wait right to the last play of the half for Mauricio Hernandez to register Essendon's first goal of the game. Still sitting 4 goals above their lower-ranked opponents, Metropolitan looked to put them to the sword. Alija Redzepovic missed the gilt-edged chance. Dino Redzepovic scored a fortunate goal to make up for it, though. Greg Lascaris' disposal, finding the gangly keeper out. It looked like Essendon had lost all hope in claiming a result out of this game, and you could tell by Alija Redzepovic's move to the back post. Luckily, he hit it straight at Greg Lascaris. It could have been an absolute blowout for Essendon, but luckily there was a sign of hope from first gamer Jordan Garzon, who took on the whole Metropolitan side and scored a brilliant individual goal. But Garzon's beautiful individual effort would be overshadowed by Yusuf Abdish's long-range strike, but we've seen it time and time again from the giant Metro defender. Alexander Stevanovic's ball almost crossed the line, but Greg Lascaris made it to the end. And Felipe Blay, the Metropolitan keeper, capped off the 7-2 result with a fine save.
Yeah, it was a good game, and important is the victory again. So it's good that we won. Going well in the championship last week, we had a bad game against Pascoe Vale, almost beat them, but it was not our day. So it's good to come back today and actually get a win.
And in the last clash of the night, we saw Moreland, who were sitting in 7th position, go up against Brunswick, who were sitting on dead last in 12th, and they'd conceded the most amount of goals in the entire league over the 3 rounds. There was no surprise why Moreland got off to a great start. Jose Portillo, the new recruit from Pascoe Vale, returning to his old club, lost the ball in the D, and Sebastian Ingrosso finished off from close range past Brendan Chen to give Moreland the 1-0 lead. It didn't take long for Portillo to redeem himself. The star striker sliding on the ground and equalising. Brunswick, continuing their momentum, saw Cameron Holmes play a slick 1-2 with young Danny Slovacek, and at half-time, the Bloods had a surprise 2-1 lead. To open the second period, Moreland bounced back after Joseph Franic in his first game exposed some poor defending by Brunswick. But it just goes to show whoever comes out firing in the second half will almost run away with the game. But luckily, Felipe Tadashi was on hand to keep Brunswick on track. The Brazilian bringing some much-needed Pascoe Vale class to this side. Brendan Chen, who hadn't had to do much in the first 2 halves, was called upon to save from Sonakul in close range, as did his counterpart at the other end, Emre Okal, who denied Cameron Holmes. But if anyone was going to score, it was going to be Moreland, and surprisingly, it was Sonakul who claimed a delightful double, and then Joseph Franic, with one of the goals of the week, scored an absolute thumper from just in front of halfway and delivered Moreland a 4-3 lead. And when Cool got one-on-one with Chen, he made no mistake from close range, capping off the 5-3 result.
Yeah, very well done today by the boys. Played against a good team. You know, we just started the season and slowly performance is getting there. But today, yeah, especially today, we played very, very well.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Another round done and dusted. Round 4 is over. Let's take a look at the results. Brimbank were too good for Carlton as the two State League teams went head-to-head. De Moraes inspired Fitzroy to the second win of the season. Ashburton overcame Hume in a tight one. Pascoe Vale and Vic Vipers in a massive 2-all draw there. Well, there were also wins for Metropolitan and Moreland. Looking at the ladder now, Ashburton surprisingly sit clearly on top by 2 points over Pascoe Vale, followed by Hume and Metropolitan to round out the top 4. Brimbank climb out of the relegation zone with their first win of the season, and they overcome Mickleham, who are on 4 as well. Carlton, Brunswick and Essendon all remain pointless at the foot of the table. Taking a look at the top goal scorers now, it's no surprise that Sofyan Sufi leads the way on 9 goals, closely followed by Alia Redzepovic on 8 from Metro, Matty Vrdovsky, the young player of last season from Humes on 7, Dino Redzepovic 7 and Tomo Grigic, another Metropolitan player on 7. Looking at the matches of the round for next week, you can't go past Brimbank and Brunswick, and that's a Cellar Dweller match. Hume and Metropolitan, the top 4 clash, and of course, Fitzroy, Fernando De Moraes taking on Ashburton. As always, ladies and gents, thanks for joining us. Let's go to Goal of the Week.
Some central covers in time. Kumu. Avram! Maxi Avram! The dangerous left foot of Maxi Avram. Always have to know the ball is going to Avram down that line. We've been absolutely delighted. Would have wrapped the game up for Moreland. Now Tedeschi running through. Cool does well. Cool bursting through the pack. Cool, what a finish! That's a lovely run and finish from Cool. He's put a 2-goal buffer with 1 minute left on the clock. That is a lovely run and finish. Grosso to take the free kick. Franjic, Joseph Franjic! What a belter! Drilled into the top corner from Joseph Franjic. That is a massive goal.
You're just looking at it, you think Garzon probably could strike him. Avdic definitely can! And Jurka Avdic scores an absolute ripper of a goal. Lascaris knew nothing about that. Adding a third. Oh, terrible. Not even looking, Eric Quinn and Ben Monteleone dinks it over Jimmy Brennan, and it's 3-0. The way of Fitzroy FC. Mickleham struggling big time out there.